So, buddy, it's what Jim, and let's go ahead and do the movie review for Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I saw it yesterday, which was the 12th of April, and I've also done a movie review for the first Sonic the Hedgehog film. It hasn't aged very well, that video, but if you want to go ahead and watch it, it's down there in the description below. But I understand if you don't, because it's a video that I did quite a while ago, and to be honest, I'm not very proud of it. But if you want to go ahead and watch it, it's entirely up to you. But we'll be talking about the good, then the bad, and then the verdicts for this film. And this won't contain any spoilers, you don't have to worry about being spoiled. But don't leave any spoilers for this film in the comment section below, as like I said, this is no spoiler review. But you can still let me know what you think of the film though, but just don't add any spoilers to it. So now we'll get started. We'll talk about the plot for this film. So the plot for the film is as follows. Several months after defeating Dr. Robotnik and being adopted by Tom and Maddie Wachowski as their son, Sonic the Hedgehog attempts to help the public as a vigilante to little success. Tom advises Sonic to remain patient for the day his powers will be needed before he and Maddie depart for her sister's wedding in Hawaii. So let's go ahead and talk about the good for this film. So we'll start off with the story. The story isn't anything too unique, but I enjoyed it a lot more than I did in the first Sonic film, which I actually gave that an 8 out of 10. Looking back, I might give that film a 7 out of 10. And the film 100 was just like a road trip sort of film, and doesn't really make sense for Sonic considering he runs really, really fast. Why does it need to be a road trip movie? But this one, it's not a road trip movie. It's an adventure film, and it's just a very, very enjoyable story. A lot more enjoyable than the story in the first Sonic film. Not like that one was terrible, but this one's just a lot better in my opinion. And I just thought it was very enjoyable, the story from the beginning to the end of this film. Um, and also really enjoy the new characters added in this film, being Tails and Knuckles. I think they are welcome additions to this franchise. And it's nice to revisit some of the older characters. It's nice to see James Marsden's character, although I don't feel like he's used as well in this film as he was in the first Sonic film. But he was still quite good in this film though. And you also had his wife Maddie in the film, and I think she was a very good character as well. But to me, the two main standout characters are, of course, Sonic the Hedgehog. I mean, the film's named after him, and it's just as fun as he was in the first film. And you've also got Jim Carrey playing Dr. Robotnik. I mean, that's just perfect casting there. If you really enjoyed his performance in the first film, I think you would enjoy this one more. I just think he did a brilliant performance, and apparently, well, there's a chance that he might not be acting anymore. He might be retiring from acting. But if this is his last film, it's definitely, to me, it felt the most Jim Carrey out of all of his other performances. So he definitely did end up on the high for me. Him and Sonic were easily the standouts for this film for me. So now I'll talk about the look of the film. At the beginning of the film, I didn't think it looked that great, but after about maybe 5 or so minutes of the film did look really, really good, and it looked as realistic as it possibly could for a Sonic movie. So I did really, really enjoy the look for the film, and I thought the voice and acting performances in this film were done very, very well. They weren't all perfect for me, but I still did really, really enjoy all of them, and I thought they all did the best they possibly could. Um, I also thought that the action for this film was even better this time around. It was in a big. It was in a more grander scale. There was a lot of more wide shots as well with the action, I felt, and it was just a lot more fun, a lot more chaotic, a lot more going on, and definitely put you on the edge of your seat a lot more. I also thought this film was funnier than the first Sonic film. I thought some of the jokes in the first film were just a bit too predictable, whereas in this one I felt like they weren't. Most of them landed, and I really, really enjoyed most of the jokes as well. And I thought this film was fun and enjoyable for most of it. It was a film that I highly recommend, and I wouldn't mind watching it again, honestly. But now we'll talk about the bad for Sonic the Hedgehog 2. So for me, the bad for the film is the human side plot. I know a lot of people. I've seen a few reviews for this film, and a lot of people do complain about this part. But and I'm one of those people as well. I hate to sound like a broken record, but I am one of those people as well. The human side plot, in my opinion, it's just mediocre. And I feel like it's a shame because I feel like the film was so close to being a really, really great film. But the human side plot, to me, it just ruined the film a bit. And I thought the humans were used a lot better in the first Sonic film, in my opinion. Um, and I feel like the length for this film could have been 15 to 20 minutes shorter. It was a little over 2 hours, and the other one was over an hour and a half. So I think if the human side plot wasn't as long, let's say that was 5 minutes, that could have cut a lot more of the film, and it would have made it just an even better length, and roughly the same length as the first Sonic film. It might be a little bit shorter or a little bit longer. I don't actually know. But there is this isn't to do with the bad or anything now. So we finished with the bad for this film. But there is an end credit scene. Highly recommend to watch if you're a Sonic fan, or if you're not, because it teases for a third film. So highly recommend to watch that. And it appears after the first lot of credits, which takes, I don't know, maybe about 2 minutes to get there, a little over 2 minutes. So highly recommend sticking around for that. But I don't believe there's another end credit scene, so I won't stick around for the whole credits, just for the first lot of credits, as I know for a fact there is one then. But now we'll talk about the verdict for Sonic the Hedgehog 2. So for me, the verdict for Sonic the Hedgehog 2, I recommend this film to people who like the first Sonic movie, as well as people who like video game adaptation films. This isn't my favorite video game adaptation film for me. It's still Uncharted, but this is probably my second favorite, and I did enjoy it a lot more than the first Sonic movie. So, and I rate this film. I'm not honestly sure if I should give it a 7.5 or an 8, but because I wouldn't mind watching this film again, I might give Sonic the Hedgehog 2 an 8 out of 10, and the first Sonic movie I will give a 7 out of 10. So that's it for this video. You can let me know your thoughts on this film, but no spoilers, as this is a non-spoiler review. And yeah, that's all I really got to say here. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys in the next video. And until then, everyone, ciao.